Hi, this is Dr. Kerry Johnson. I want to give you a market update for this week that you tell your clients. Don't forget, we're trying to call 2 RPCs every day, and to be honest with you, I think we should be calling a lot more. Clients are scared, they're terrified, they don't know what to do. And here's the most important point. Even if your client or prospect for that matter doesn't have an opportunity, they don't have any money that could be at risk, they might be concerned about, we have the chance to get more business from that person after this current crisis is over. So just by making the phone call today, even though it may not result in opportunities, are going to get you opportunities in the next cycle, which is 3 months, 6 months, when you make those follow-up phone calls. Next, it's really important that when you talk to somebody, you calendar them on the next appointment for 3 months. If you can't find opportunities, if there's nothing that you can do with any other assets they have, just say, I'd love to keep in contact with you every 3 months. What do you say we talk on June 10th at 10 o'clock in the morning? Is that a good time for you? They'll probably say, I don't have my calendar, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I just want you to say, great, I'll just mark it down, I'll send you an invitation, and hopefully they'll call you if they can't make it. But otherwise, you're chasing people, you're making 5 dials to get one person on the telephone. Let's make that next phone call and get them a phone. Okay, so here's some market update points. Remember, we only talk about 3 things, only 3. You can elaborate, you can talk more about, but focus things on 3 things. If you talk about more than 3, they become confused. When people get confused, they become paralyzed. Make sure it's only 3. Number 1, there are now 27,000 infections in the U.S., a lot more worldwide. 400 people have died so far. The hot spots are now Washington, California, and New York is by far has the biggest morbidity and so far the biggest mortality within the U.S. We have a national economic shutdown. There's 5 states now that are completely shut down. California, for example, where I am, they're telling people to stay in their homes. And if they're at risk, 65 or older, typically 70 also, these people, which is your target market, are just totally panicked. They're totally petrified. They don't know what to do, where to go. Number 2, there has been so far a 32% decrease in the stock market. Let me say that one more time. You've got to memorize this stuff. 32% decrease in the stock market. There's going to be another 20% drop that's likely to happen. And if you look at the virus or the current crisis lasting in a couple months, it's easy to see that 20% a drop on top of the 32% we've already experienced. And it's also easy to understand that during the 2008 credit crisis, the Great Recession, we had a 57% drop, 57%. In the dot-com era of the 2000, when all the internet companies went bust, we had a 49% drop. So it's very easy to see that we're going to go past the 57% drop in 2008. Number 3, Q2 GDP, measure of American productivity, will decrease by 24%. Let me say that one more time. Q2 productivity, the quarter that we're going to be in starting April 1st, will go down by 24%. It'll stabilize in Q3, likely Q4, but it'll go down dramatically. That's unprecedented. We have never seen a drop that fast. In fact, the drop in 2008, the recession drop, and the GDP, and also the Great Depression was a lot less than 24%. That's huge. That's unprecedented. Right now, there are 250,000 jobless claims. There could be as many as 2 million jobless claims if this goes on much longer than the 2 weeks that the government has said to stay home, don't go out. So the 3 things I want you to know are, number 1, there are 27,000 infections, 400 deaths currently, and it's going to get worse over the next week or 2 weeks, definitely worse. 5 states are being told to stay at home. Number 2 is we have a 32% decrease in the stock market. It will increase 20% more. It'll go up to 52%. And that's probably an optimistic scenario. Number 3, Q2 GDP will shrink by 24%, and it'll stabilize a little bit more in Q3, probably come back a little bit more in Q4. Okay, so you've got clients who are going to say to you when they hear all this stuff, I'm just going to wait to get back. It goes back every single time. So you've got to memorize Siegel's paradox. Remember what that is? Jeremy Siegel, Wharton professor of finance, University of Pennsylvania School of Business, said that for every 10% the market goes down, it takes 20% to get that back to even. Now, this is not exact. If the market goes down by 50%, it'll take more than double 100% if they, for example, if it stays in a recession for 2 years, for example. If we have a V-shaped recovery, it might be less than double. It could be maybe 40% or 30%. But just as a rule of thumb, just say for every 30%, Mr. Prospect, your portfolio has gone down by 30%. It's going to take 60% to get back to even. The only way to do that is by going Las Vegas commodities options. Do you want to take the kind of a risk? Wouldn't it be better if we didn't lose any more money? Siegel's paradox, make sure you remember it. Okay, key points. Number 1, only give them 3 economic updates. You can elaborate, but make sure it's 3. Number 2, call your clients and prospects. Don't forget now, with prospects, I want you to say, how do you feel about this, like you would with a client, but then say, last time we talked, you were very concerned about running out of money, volatility, taxes. What have you done so far to find solutions to those concerns? They're going to say nothing. And now I want you just to do the 5-step bridge probe. Have you lost 30% so far? What's your hurt and rescue? What's your plan to prevent any more losses? Does that concern you? Go right down the 5-step bridge, recap trial calls, all the stuff that you know, but make those phone calls. If it were me, if it was my career, and it is, I'd make a lot more than 2 RPCs every day. I'd probably make 5 RPCs, 25 dials every single day, because you can make this period the best of your career. You can build a client base that's going to love you. They're going to refer people to you, but you've got to make those phone calls. Do it. I promise you. I've been doing this for so many decades. Every client of mine who's making RPCs right now, their business is jumping. Please do this.